What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Savage, aka the Savloke. You tuning in to Savloke's Hood Tales. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. So this video was asked. It was coming out the comment section by John Al. Big shout out to the homie, bro. You know what it is, man. Shout out to the family. You ask, why do Mexican and white Crips get overlooked when it comes to politicking? And you know, even if they're reputables and they put in a lot of work, first and foremost, I had time to think about this, and you know, my view and opinion on it, I think because of the aspect when it comes to cripping, I think cripping all the way around is more territorial than anything. Crips are a very territorial bunch. So when it comes to the politics, they don't even, a lot of the homies and other keyways, they don't even get along. You know, that's why you always see, like, you already know, bro, like when we was in the joint, you seen different cars of the Crips. You had West Side Crips, East Side Crips, Cali Crips, Southern Colorado Crips, fools from this sector, and not everybody mess with each other. So first and foremost, Crips are way more territorial than any other organization. That's the number one thing. Second of all, then you add being the minority, a white Crip or a Mexican Crip. They're definitely, if they don't even acknowledge each other, they're definitely not going to acknowledge a Mexican homie putting in work, a white homie putting in work. That's a different level. And people already look down upon that. So when it's already looked down upon, people do not like what they don't understand. If it's something that they don't understand, they're definitely not going to ever give any time, any given respect to it. And yes, you can be an active homie that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's Mexican or white, and you could put in major work your whole life. You can put it down in a proper manner your whole life. But when you get to that jungle and you get around fools that's been putting it down in every sector, they're not going to acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? And when you do, and you're an alpha male and you put it down in a proper manner on that main line, you still got fools that are always going to look at the racial tensions. That's why I tell a lot of the homies and fools that I have come in the past, if you have any type of Spanish in you or Mexican in you, if you got, and the white fools get it the most, because when it comes to it, nobody wants their ethnic group to look bad. And that's a black eye on, they feel like that's a black eye on their race, on their ethnic group. When you're riding from, you know, supposedly, not a supposedly, but predominantly black gang, they look at that as a race traitor. And that's what it boils down to, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of fools don't agree with that. But you can't, you know, in the same sense, this is the reality. And fools may agree with it and don't agree with it. If you're born and that's all you know in them surroundings, you can't blame the individual for just representing what he knows and putting it down for what he knows. You become a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? And if a fool is so deep in the aspect of it, and they hit the joint and they're on them level 4s, and that's all they know, you can't expect, you know, the aspect of a fool to really know anything else. Like, if a fool was banging his whole life and he was a keyway, he was a Crip, then he goes to the penitentiary and the Sureños are saying, you got to ride with this and ride with that, he would be the worst version of himself. And that's kind of my situation. I cripped alone. I didn't care who accepted it or who didn't. And I was on that yard, and sometimes I had to bang with a lot of the homies and a lot of fools that were from the Lokes. I got into a lot of fights with the homies, our own, because I was never going to break weak on that yard. I was going to stand firm in my conviction, and I did. I made it. I survived. and ain't nobody took it out of me ever. You know, but to the homie John, man, that question, you know, you're coming into a whole world of fools that are territorial. Plus, you know, white Mexican Crips, basically they're coming into an organization that's predominantly black folks. And, you know, fools, it don't matter. And then a lot of times too, homie, fools don't bang in right circumstances, and they don't bang under protocol. So a lot of white Mexican fools don't really understand it, because they, you know, they do it for the glimmer and glam on the streets. But when it gets serious, they don't know their roots. They don't know where it was created. They don't even understand anything about Cripping at all. So now they're forced to ride on the lonely, and sometimes riding on the lonely, it's not the most popular thing, because of the simple fact is you riding for yourself, and when you got fools on your helmet, a lot of fools break. You know what I'm saying? That's how I can best explain it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. Your boy Savage is spoken, man. I hope I kind of clarified. You know, it's a concept, and it can be a sticky situation, bro. But that's why I say, always think about what you do, because there's always a domino effect, homie. There's always consequences to what you do. If you sign up for something, ride it 100% all the way through. Don't crumble at the hands of other individuals. Die for what you believe. That's the bottom line. That's the only way you gonna survive them circumstances, is you willing to put your life on the line for that. If you're willing to put your life on the line for it, it's really who you are. And you will make it through that survival mode, but then you will die for what you love. You know what I'm saying? If it goes the other way. But always be on your toes and go to the fullest with what you believe for. So that's what it is, man. Your boy Savage, Mile High Salute. Let's get it.